Hello, and thank you so very much for joining me today. I want to talk about in today's session. First, I want to introduce myself. I am Samara Andara, also known as Samara Anaya, and I'm a walk-in soul from the higher star constellations, as well as an earthbound goddess incarnate. Okay, my derivative and my origins are angelic origins, as well as starseed, Orion, Pleiadian, Lemurian, Atlantis, Venus, Neptune, starseed constellations, as well as Arcturian. I don't know if I said Lyran, and some ties to Andromeda. So we're going to start off with cleansing the energies today because it's really important to cleanse, okay? So in today's session, I want to talk about how, yes, the importance of cutting and clearing and purifying your energies, as well as your energetic atmosphere and the energies around you. And we are going to do some cord cutting, of course, and we are going to do some aura fluffing. But I also really want to address trauma stored in your body, okay, from energetic ties that are heavier, that stem from many diverse areas and many entities and archonic influences. I'm just trying my best to word this the right way. So you want to always light and clear, whether it's a sage bath, a smoke sage bath. You could do sage, you could do turmeric, you could do ground cinnamon to bring kind of the sweetness back into life. So right now I'm doing some cinnamon to kind of bring in the happiness, the joy. I also want to sprinkle some chamomile on here because chamomile flower, that's like a go-to herb to bring in happiness again and to bring in, I'm sure it's in my bag, of course, I should have been more prepared. And I have my huge herbal bag here. So these come in really handy. You can get them. This is Badia. It's very affordable. I think they're like under like $2 at the store. They used to be 99 cents. I'm not sure how much they are now. This is from like a year ago, and I moved away and I came back and I found them, luckily. So I want to do some glass tapping. For those of you who have stored trauma in your body, or if you have, and then it gets diagnosed as like depression, anxiety, ADHD, autism, stuff like that. So this is why I do ASMR tapping, because the tapping on the glass or the crystals helps de-trigger your nervous system because yes, it gets stored in our bodies, but our nervous system, our nerves are a really important part in also how you act daily. If your nerves are very like this, it's important to cut, clear, do smoke baths, incorporate herbs into your daily practice. So you could burn some chamomile, you could burn some powdered cinnamon, you could burn cinnamon sticks, you can burn bay leaves, you could burn white sage, or you can do the mugwort, or you can do blue sage, or you can burn sage powder, like rugged sage. There's so many names for it, and this is why Mother Gaia, she produces so much for us. So because she is a healer, okay, she brings all of her bounty and grows this on her, so mortals and animals, we all can get her gifts, and you always want to go into it with a thankful heart and be grateful. Another thing with Mama Gaia, is is she grows these beautiful, look at this, look what I got last night. My friend's garden. She's always like, yeah, come by anytime you pass by, you can pick from my rose bush that I planted. And it's on public property, but of course I have permission from her because she planted this. And they're just beautiful. And so like I haven't gotten any in a long time, but on my way home I picked 3, and this one's a little bit drier, but they're just so beautiful. And this is like my favorite flower in the whole entire like one of my top favorite flowers. But in this realm, in my direct 3D Mother Gaia, where I can get these from, I love the rose. One of my previous business names was Rose Goddess Ascension, excuse me, as well as I think it was the Rose Empress, or Rose Empress Divine, Devine, to where I had all of my yoni eggs and everything. But let's focus on you guys tonight, or today in the session. So I'm very much intertwined with last night because I had a really great session with you guys. If you haven't seen it, go back to the video before this, like in the lineup, like literally the video before this. I addressed a lot of trauma, and I addressed a lot of toxic shame, toxic blame. And this is a sunstone here, and it's an organite, so it's got a coil in there to pull out negativity, EMF, pollutants, any types of chemicals, you know, because you have, okay, a Lemurian starseed like me, okay, or Orion spelt starseed, versus reptilian or Alpha Draconian, who blew up Lemuria, who blew up Atlantis, who blew up Mintaka on Orion's belt. Okay, so they hate these. And like if you are a excuse me, Alpha Draconian who is healing, props to you. If you become more aware, if you're becoming, you know, more into yourself, and you're like, you're knowing, you're becoming, you're evolving, and you're healing, you know what I mean? Like this also, I feel like you can integrate the organites to help you on your healing path, but you have to be aware, you have to be like solid consciously, you have to be awakened enough to where like you're not vibrating or vibing from those, and I hate to say this like this, but this is the only way I know how to say it, those wicked kind of like darker, shadowy, like lower vibrational poles, you know, because I mean, Alpha Draconians, like you guys blew up my star systems, like my star countries, you guys blew up, you know, reptilians, you guys blew up Lemuria, Atlantis, and then you guys kind of had the nerve to come into the human field on 3D and act like it was fantasy, and then put it into tourist attractions and make it seem like it wasn't real. It's the lost world of Atlantis, and mermaids and fairies are fantasy, but they come from those realms. They actually are derivative, and they're very real, and they exist still in the cosmos. They exist in the trees and the plants. But if you are unawakened and you're just like a mortal vibrating on 3D, and you're not awakened to this, you're just like, okay, that's fantasy, like, you know, dragons aren't real, da 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 da. Where do you think they come from? Okay? So it's just like, you kind of have to really be like, well, we may not see the dinosaurs right now. We may not see the dragons with our human eyes, but, you know, they're very much real, you know, mermaids on Mintaka, fae, the fairy realm on Earth, in the trees and the plants and the flowers. You can't see them if you're not spiritually adept and awakened or evolved, but they're also on Venus, you know, fairies on Sirius, elves on Sirius and Pleiades, and all of these, you know, they're very cosmic creatures, and they carry their own gifts and their own lights, just as you and I embody our own talents and our powers and our gifts. And so this is a juice drink, a detox juice drink, and I'm going to be like making it known in my videos. So it's got pineapple ginger juice, a carrot mixed juice. I put some papaya seeds in there to aid digestion. I sprinkled some lime in there. You could do lemon, And I also sprinkled turmeric and cinnamon powder, and then there's cinnamon sticks and a bay leaf in there. You also can put a shot of ACV, apple cider vinegar, in there, depending. Just don't have too much apple cider vinegar because it can cause bloating, and don't put too much cinnamon because if you're sensitive in your skin, you don't want any type of irritation or inflammation. So I've passed my 24-hour, I'm doing a 72-hour fast from food. And of course I have to hydrate and nourish my body in other ways. So I'm doing the juices. I also have some alkaline 9.5 smart water here, as well as I have some aloe vera, and I also have some matcha tea powder, so I can make a matcha tea with like honey. And so I will be showing you these in my videos. So I really like the raw honeycomb. I like to put that in my matcha tea. This is really good. I get this from a Walmart Supercenter. You know, and herbs and spices are a huge part of my day-to-day routine, to healing, as well as embodying and integrating this into my videos to make you guys more knowledgeable and aware so you can be helped, you know, because I'm going to share my gifts of healing. I'm currently healing myself from not only a lot of trauma, but just a lot of projections from reptilian star race, just a lot of projections from alpha draconians, just a lot of lower vibrational entities that kind of tried to influence me from, you know, specific spiritual attachments from others. Okay, not from myself. I was not born with a spiritual attachment. I do not have spirit attachments. But if you come across people, and you have to really watch, you know, if we're going to do some shaking. And this one is not really, okay, we're going to, so like if you touch someone, that can transfer a spiritual attachment or a spirit into you. So you have to be careful who you let into not only your energetic vibrational field, your aura, which someone can, if they don't like a specific way you're living, or if they think, or if they don't even understand your way of living, or if they think you should be doing something, that person with that intention that they hold in their energetic field can transfer to you as the evil eye if you turn your back, and then they kind of shoot you a look in your back, and that can hook as body pain, and that could be stored trauma as well. So like they could actually transfer with their evil eye gaze a traumatic experience or a hook of transferable energy that will make you have body pain, which I want to talk about. So it's more of like the evil eye. Okay, so like just say, for instance, if your mom thinks that you should like live a certain way, and she doesn't agree with your way of living, or she doesn't understand it, and she kind of like talks about it to other people, and that energy kind of gets out there, you know, and that's an energetic spreading, right, of negativity or pessimism, whatever you want to look at it as. And then she's like in the house, or you go visit her or whatever, and then like she kind of just shoots you a look, like, and your back's turned to her, and you can feel that, you could feel it, and the next thing you know, a couple hours go by, or even if you're so energetic sensitive like me, you intensely feel it. And then like it's important to go and light sage, rub that over your back, like put it behind your hair, your back, kind of walk like 3 to 5 steps back, you know what I mean, and kind of clear that energy. And it's like sometimes they don't even mean to do it, you know, and it just gets caught in your auric field, and then it hooks into your physical vessel to where it manifests, unfortunately, as this pain. Okay, which a lot of people unknowingly do this. You can be at work and just say, like, for instance, your supervisor doesn't think that your job, like you're doing your job at a specific pace fast enough, or any type of critique, or, you know, that they could change about you, and boom, they could just look at you, and like their annoyance or their judgment of your work ethic or your work pace, or however you want to look at it and perceive it, that could shoot a look of an energy to be like, it could hook into your shoulder blade. And then like the next morning, you're like, what is wrong? Like, God, like I slept on my shoulder wrong. But it wasn't even about you sleeping on your shoulder wrong, because all the other times you slept on your shoulder that way and you never hurt. It was that energetic hook that your supervisor or your boss, and it was like it was formed by like a negative energy judgment, and it hooked into your physical vessel. So it's important to clear these hooks and these types of energies so you can be purified, cleansed, and you can go about your day being as productive, you know, or just live your life as, you know, you wish to live it. So this is a really good, I want to do some glass tapping, and then I want to start cutting. And I've been meaning to get some scissors to do some Reiki cord cuttings, you know. I could do it with like my hands and my fingers, but I want to get like some rainbow like scissors that are like, they're like titanium rainbow, kind of like used in flashes of like pink, gold, purple, green, blue, and just like I feel like those will be like magical scissors to really attract the energy from you guys and cut it out to help you, you know, to better help mankind. So like I am a Reiki healer and master teacher. I'm a shamaness. I'm a spiritual teacher. So you know, like the ASMR, I think they call them like ASMR triggers. I don't really like the word triggers. Trigger to me kind of means like you're triggering a trauma. So I'll do like ASMR tapping, you know, ASMR glass tap, ASMR crystal tapping. See, where I'm gonna use so like I want to take some negativity out of you guys today, as well as like ripping leaves apart and just like kind of putting them there. Like I'm going to show you guys like things that help my nerves personally. So like you take a leaf of bay, right? And just like listen to this. So this, like, to me, I like stuff like this, and like it helps me. So like just kind of tearing into bay leaves, like hearing that crackle. As well as like taking, I had an allspice bag here, but I might have taken him out. Let me just check really quick. Yeah, I think I might have taken him out, you guys. But he had a specific sound to him, and if I ever get a bag like that again, I'm definitely going to use it in my sessions. Yeah, I might have thrown that one out, and I meant to use it as my sessions, but it was kind of like I was decluttering, but I shouldn't have thrown him out. But he was a bag like he came in a bag like this, and it said allspice. I could have sworn I got some last night. Here he is. Okay, so he kind of, see how like it's loose like this, and like how it's like it splits apart. Yes, so like this noise, so I did keep him. But there's like a certain specific way how to do it, which I have yet to master. But this can really help, as well as foil tapping and foil folding. It's not doing it justice right now, but if I kind of like play with it for you guys. I'm just kind of experimenting. as I go. I think some ASMR artists call this like ASMR triggers. But it's not really the noise that I'm looking for. And then if I had some newer foil, this is kind of something that I was playing with and for my nerves, which I do have some out there, but I'm not going to go get any because this is a shareable house and a very lived in house. So I even can do like some foil ripping. These aren't doing it justice either, but okay. Since these aren't doing it justice, this kind of was, or like, what do you think? Tell me in the comments down below. I'm gonna throw these away. Okay, so there was a specific noise that I wanted, but it wasn't doing it justice. So we are going to start tapping. So this is the tapping of the rosemary. Rosemary is one of my favorite herbs. Oh, but I did want to do the bay laurel. This cleanses out negativity. It cleanses out lower vibrations. It cleanses out those lower vibrations of the evil eye and what's connected to the evil eye. Envy, which ties into jealousy, which ties into hatred. Other lower vibrational negative emotions from mankind, like greed, greediness, sloth, like just, those lower vibrational energies tied to those lower vibrational entities and things like that. So we are going to kind of just get those away today, burning the bay. I'm gonna go behind you guys, above you guys, below you guys, on either side, around me, so I don't absorb anything. Not from you guys, just from people in my circle who maybe think a negative thought about me, and I catch them in my vibrations and I really feel them. And I want to do another. I really like this. These really help the nerves, especially if your nervous system is kind of like, you have an encounter with the reptilian, and it's like, even if they are acting personable with you at the moment, you would kind of still feel their intentions, and you could kind of feel the lesser pure intentions that they harbor for you, and you're kind of just like, all right, I feel it, I get you're trying to be civil with me, I appreciate in the moment, but then it's just like, how you really feel about me kind of thing. You know what I mean? And it's just like, you catch that and you're just like, okay, let me get back in my bubble, let me ground, let me center, let me call my power back to myself, let me cleanse. You know what I mean? So if we had emotionally neglectful caregivers growing up, or if we had verbally abusive caregivers growing up, and we are just we store that as also stored body trauma in our solar plexus chakra, as well as our sacral chakra, and then it gets imbued as well in your pineal gland, your third eye chakra. So it's important to make really good use of Mother Gaia's earthbound gifts, because her herbals and her spices, they all have a power and a property, just like you and I have our own powers and gifts and our talents. Same thing with the plants that she grows on her and the fruits, and all of that bounty that she has. So she, you have to really make use of this while we're on this earth plane, because, it's not going to be in the afterlife. We're not going to be able to physically pick this up and crackle it and then burn this, Right now we're vibing on the physical plane of Mother Gaia, you know. This is the only plane that has time, the only realm that time exists in. And it can get really, I don't want to say detrimental, but it could really weigh on us, you know what I mean? Like pressure, the pressure of being in the matrix every day, the pressure of your boss or your father's expectations over you, or your mother's, the pressure of living up to these expectations, which kind of you have to draw boundaries and be like, all right, that's what you think and that's what you want for me, but look, that's not gonna work for me. Like I can't, I don't vibe like that. Like this is how I do it, and like it's okay to be different, you know. It's okay to live your life to it's so weird because I had another lighter and it's like gone right now, which is really strange. I had another one, which I wonder if one of them came in here and took it last night when I was in one of my showers, because my door was unlocked. And I think that somebody came in and they like took it off of the... Hang on, you guys. Let me see something. I'm pretty sure it's like... Unless I misplaced it. I think my sister came in here because I went into the shower across the house. And I swear I locked my door, and then when I went to unlock it, I locked it when I came back in, which means that she unlocked it, she forgot to lock it behind her, and she took a lighter. Because it's not here. Because I had 3. So anyways, shady shit like that. Like this is why I cleanse and I clear, because you're not supposed to go in people's rooms, you're not supposed to enter in people's rooms, and they do that. You know, you're not supposed to pry and like go into someone's personal, that's breaking a huge boundary, you know what I mean? And this is what they do. So this is why I have to keep my door locked and cleanse my energy like every second of the day. So I knew something wasn't right last night when I came in here because I locked the door. And I'm like chugging juices because I already passed my 24-hour. So let's focus now back on you guys. And we're going to be cutting the cords. To negative energies. I can't believe that she like came into my room and unlocked my door when I was in the shower. Because it's like every time that I'm like in the shower or even in my room and she's like awake, she's always monitoring me and trying to figure out what I'm talking about, who I'm talking to. And like one of my ex-boyfriends was like, God, this woman, like she won't leave you be. Like she's always like lurking and she's always like all up in your fucking business. And like, and I had to, she kind of like broke up that connection because like her energy was so heavy to the point where she like, if she knew that him and I were talking on the phone and it was like a long distance kind of relationship, he was in another part of Florida, like 3 or 4 hours away. This is back in like August, I think, of last year. And I met him on a site, which I'm not even on because I'm celibate right now. And I like deactivated and canceled my accounts. Yeah, she took that later. I knew it because my door was unlocked. I mean, it was locked, and then when I came in from the shower, when I went to unlock it, I locked it, and I was like, that's weird. So they have a key to this door, which is just really wrong. I don't go into their rooms. This is what I mean. And it's just like breaking so many energetic boundaries, and it's just like, come and ask me and talk to me first. Don't just go into my room and take shit. You know what I mean? So she came in and jacked the lighter from me. She's always like trying to do some shady ass like evil shit like that. She's like on like psychotropic medications and like a bunch of them. So it's like when you go into a psych ward, that's why they lock shit up, because people like her. So it's just like they'll go into your personal boundaries and they'll like fuck your whole life up if they're like directly in your life. Because I had that lighter and it was sitting right here. It was right here last night and it's gone. Okay, so hid my other two in this box right here, and the third one's not in there, so she is such a cunty. Okay, so anyways, we are going to just tap this out. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. No, I'm not gonna let it make me mad today. Normally, if I was vibing lower, it would have triggered me and gotten me, like, you know, thrown me off my horse. Like, not my high horse, but just, like, thrown me off balance, I mean. But I don't even give a fuck right now, so fuck her. That is her, this is me. And, like, she's tried to sabotage me so much from job interviews. Like, I went to, a restaurant, and I was just gonna get, like, a little bit of money, and she sabotaged me, and she took, like, she had our mother give her the car, so I would miss my interview, so it would go to another applicant or candidate, like, shit like that. So, like, this, now you kind of, like, see the basis of why I am the way that I am, because this shit is allowed in the family, which she should have been kind of locked up in a mental prison. Like, if you've seen Halle Berry in Gothica, how she goes to, like, a prison for, like, mental illnesses, like a psychiatric prison for women, she belongs there. Like, legit. So let me just, I found another one, good. So I have a backup one. I had one with red in it, but I'm gonna do some bay leaf. I want to do some bay leaf, I want to light some bay leaves today for us, because these, I knew that she came into my room when I was in one of my showers last night, because I'm detoxing, and after I detox and I have, like, my VMs and stuff like that, I like to, like, rinse off in the shower as well. That's just how I am. I'm weird like that. I just don't like wipe my ass and then just fucking going about, like, I like to wash myself and make it clean again, you know? So anyways, TMI, sorry about that. So it's just, like, how I clean myself. I'm a very clean person, like, clean living. And they're the complete opposite. So being annoying. Anyways, I just want to say that I want to burn this. I wish I had long lighters, but the long lighters are always out. They're always, like, gone lately from every time I go into Dollar Tree, or, like, I always forget to go in, like, in Walmart to check, because in Walmart, like, my prerogative is to go get the juices, the fruits for my cleanses, you know, the food, like the grocery. And then if I go to, like, Dollar Tree, sometimes I'll get, like, a spice here and there. I'll get, like, tuna for my pit bull. This lighter is not doing justice either, you guys. They're weak. Can't stand them. They're weak. Maybe if I put them kind of in a pile, if I kind of, like, put them, because there's, like, sage under here, there's turmeric, there's chamomile flower. If I just kind of put everything on top of each other, I feel like it'll be better. And just make a really tall pile of, like, herbs and things like this. And then possibly, like, okay, let me light this. Here we go. It's just all how you put it together. But it's like the wind is kind of blowing in here from outside, to the point where, and these are just bay leaves. I feel like someone, like, unlocked my door last night when I was in, like, my second, like, teeny mini shower, and it wasn't cool, because you don't fucking break down boundaries like that. Like, people can go to jail for stuff like that. You know, if you have a camera and then it's like they show them and it's like, okay, they broke and entered. But like the cops in my county, in Seminole County, they will be like, they'll just fucking be kind of weak and be like, okay, well, you both have been going at it for a while, so I'm just gonna give you a piece of paper and, you know, you're gonna sign it, and then, you know, if we get called out here again, then you're both gonna go to jail. So you're gonna sign it to where you're wasting our time. This is what fucking Seminole County said a couple years ago, and I'm just like, this is bullshit. So, and don't even get me started on fucking the crooked cops of Orange County in Florida. Yeah, don't even get me started on that. I was attacked by many of them and targeted by many of them, but we're not going to talk about that. When I lived in a plaza, I want to get my BlackBerry one. I got this for you guys so I could tap some glass tap triggers. So yeah, so like stored trauma in the body. What's stored trauma in the body? I want to show you this real quick. Papaya seeds. Really important for detox. Okay. I put them in here in my juice drink with my cinnamon sticks, my bay leaves. I'm chugging because at this point I'm so hungry that I'm on my spiritual cleanse detox fast. Like I can't eat for another 48 hours. So it's going to be hydration, hydration, hydration. It's something that my spirit guides want me to do for my level of soul's integration, for more spiritual downloads. When you detox and when you fast, you get spirit's messages. I'm not talking about like demonic, like so many Abrahamic religionists or whatever would be like, oh, what kind of spirit is she talking about? Oh, she must be demonic. Like that, like so scrunch-minded thinking, narrow-minded thinking, like, you know, I'm a conduit of spirit, like I'm a goddess incarnate, I was chosen, I'm a spiritual warrior. I have cosmic angelics, the fire angelics. I used to work with archangelics, like the archangels. I used to work with the cherubim, you know, the cherubs, and I used to work with seraphim angels. And then they'll still judge you if that's not enough. That's not good enough for them. Oh, you just need to go directly to God. You just need to go to Jesus Christ, like God's son. Jesus was a shaman, a mystic, and a healer. He was a human like us. Did the crucifixion story happen? Would his own people put him up on the cross? Can he survive being nailed to the cross for that many days? You got to kind of think about like how men kind of shrewdly lie and how they instill fear with the crucifixion story. So you will be into that construct of, they know how to hold shit over your head and manipulate you with it and be like, oh, well, and condemn you and put you up on the cross like they did to Jesus, you know, who was a shaman, a mystic, and a healer. They know how to be like, oh, well, if you don't do this, then this is going to happen to you. And that's like lower negative vibrational energy to the point where that's how they make you stay in their box. That's how they make you go to the matrix and make you adhere and work for another boss, so you can't be at your best version of yourself, so you can't create the life you want and exit the matrix and, you know, make, you know, like 5 figures or however much you need that fits for your lifestyle. And then they kind of keep you in this matrix of fear to where you diminish your self-worth and there's so much pressure on your shoulders, and then you keep working for another boss, and it's just a negative cycle. And then you get so sick, like stressed out, I mean, to where you can get sick, or you get so like demoralized, you're just like, I'm gonna smoke some cigarettes today, this is too much, I'm gonna vape. A lot of people vape today. I'm gonna smoke all this weed, like I'm gonna drink, I can't wait till my fucking shift is over, I'm gonna go to my liquor store and I'm gonna get, you know, I'm gonna get pints of vodka and whiskey or tequila, like I'm gonna go out with my boys, we're gonna go, or my girls, and we're gonna get shit faced. Like all of that is, a lot of it's from the pressures of the matrix. And And then this whole Christian Abrahamic thing has really spread throughout mankind. And people from the old world religions, pre-Christianity, and I know Christians look at paganism, they look down on it, but Christianity, if you think about it, okay, paganism, the goddess Ostara, she was a goddess for springtime. The Christians stole Easter from Austere, okay? They stole it and they made it into Easter. And she was the goddess of fertility, the rabbit, fertility, rebirth, the coming of spring, warmth, the fertility, the eggs from the rabbit, like she brings the sunlight back, you know what I mean? And then they also adapted just so many like holidays from the old world religion or paganism, they adapted all of this. Yule from the wheel of the year, the Sabbats in paganism and the old world religion traditions, they put Christmas for Yule to, they basically turned Yule into Christmas. Okay, you can look this up and research this. It's an ancient text, which you can't really Google an ancient text, but if you're a healer, a shamaness, or if you're even on the beginning of your spiritual awakening path and you read books about even Wicca, that's part of the old world religion, okay? It ties into paganism, it ties into the old religions, like before, like pre-Christianity to Christians can be very abusive. They're very cultish. Trust me, I know this because I've grown with them. And I got out of it, and then they really demoralize you and they make you feel less than, and then they try to shame you and belittle you and criticize you, and then they attack you for your beliefs. They attack you because they don't want you leaving what they're so used to, and it's so different to them that they end up fucking attacking you. Whether it's like, on your character, to where it's character assassination, or trying to make you look bad in other people's eyes, trying to push that agenda, the negative agenda they have for you. They try to paint that picture in other people's eyes, and then they really push that on other people's mentals to where so they will start turning people or groups of people against you, and they will project these like negative archonic influences onto other people to where they start seeing you the same way as that original person that tried to start all this mess in the first place sees you. And then it's like a cycle, it could manifest as secular witchcraft, to where you start getting attacked by different groups. Okay, so you really have to be conscious of, who am I sharing my energy with? I need to really create boundaries. I don't need to tell people this. Just because someone asks me something doesn't mean that I have to interact with them even at all. I don't need to answer the question. I don't feel comfortable with that. No, this is my energetic frequency. So right now we are going to use some chevron amethyst, okay? And we're going to fortify our boundaries, and we're going to make a conscious mental note, okay? Just getting bad vibes. Okay, so I am fortified in my energetic bubble. I am fortified in my energetic boundaries. Hang on one second. It's just it never ends. I just gotta shake a little bit of negativity away. Hold on. Just 1 second. Okay. Okay, so sometimes I have to do this. I feel a certain individual throws a certain vibe on my aura, thinks something or tries to do something to try to I said this in my other video, it's called rage baiting, to where they will try to take you out of your calm healer element, or out of your current concentration, or out of your tranquil healer energy, and then they will do something that will throw you off, that will make you upset, and then the energy vampire will feed off of your upset from the reaction that they made you have. Just so toxic. And it's just like, repel your energy over there, like, leave me be. And like, you could tell because it's very childish, it's very demoralizing. It's so we're gonna go back to the chevron amethyst. I might do another session of fortifying energetic boundaries some point this weekend. I'm not sure. We're gonna see how, you know, everything kind of flows and plays out. The energies here, because I am the healer and the shamaness. So we're going to kind of take my huge smoky quartz, which I should have shown you, and we're going to cut these negative lower vibrational hooks or projections from energy vampires, archons, reptilians, or mortals that just don't have your best intentions at heart or mind. We're going to cut them out of you. I know that this box is kind of like, I don't think it can go anymore. Okay, yeah, it can't. I kind of want to face it down more because I feel like there's so much space up here. And I'm like, I need to go for your chakras, so. Okay. I'm just feeling and seeing for these cords. I need to pull out of you. Whew, and I guess the arm a little tired. Okay. I also can go from this side. I'm not left-handed, so this is like very, I could do it like that. And I could make a little incision. And then kind of pull this out like this. Oh, I don't want to. Okay, there we go. So we're just going to use the black tourmaline smoky quartz. This has both in it. I don't know how, but this is a black tourmaline smoky quartz. It's very rare. And then I have his baby over here somewhere, and I'm going to use that one as well. So like in the comments, like let me know if you want any no talking sessions, as well as any requests that you have requires a donation, because I do this as energy exchange, you know, based to where like I give you my healing energy, my healing knowledge, my healing wisdom, my starseed gifts, my shamaness healer gifts, my Reiki, you know, master teachings and healings and pullings and cord cuttings in exchange for earthbound currency, which is money. So like a cash app donation is greatly appreciated and needed right now. I do want to find this arrowhead, which I'm pretty sure I put it in my herbs the other day, and I have to find it. But look again at these beautiful roses that I got from Mother Gaia last night, guys. Oh, they smell so divine too. I wish you could smell them. They smell so good. These smell like star anise because they've been sitting in my big star anise and cinnamon bucket, and I have some bay leaves in here. Hang on one second. I kind of want to find my little arrowhead here because I wanted to use him for a cutting for you guys. And sometimes, you know, I move stuff around a lot because this is my soul's purpose, to help with the crystals, the herbs, the glass tops, but he's not showing himself right now, so we're gonna be kind of scrunching. And I also have lots of shells here and some more foil. This was from like my sacred, which this is not serving right now, but if I had it and kept it, here we go. So we'll do some foil tapping maybe instead of folding. It took me a minute, but I learned eventually. It's not the fastest, but okay. That's my arrowhead, you guys. Where did I put him? And I feel him calling out to me, like to use him. I'm a crystal empath. I think he's in here. Hang on 1 second. I want to put my rose petals kind of on my windowsill right here. And you know those like windowsills that like have the and this is what this came in. I'm going to show you really quick. It came in this. They're really good. The incense matches, and I get them from Herbs and Leaves. These were cinnamon. I like the spice ones, but they were like this. They're like sitting in here like this. I ran out, you guys, so like a donation is really appreciated right now. Here it is. Okay, I found him. I knew he was over here somewhere. So this is the baby. This is the baby one right here. It's like a starship light. Whoosh. Legit. So this is the baby. This is the baby to him. And they're both masculine energy. So they're smoky black tourmaline, or smoky black tourmaline, which is black tourmaline and smoky quartz. So he is very protective. He's so magical. It's like, the lighting isn't that great in here. I know I just shut that light, but that ray, that beam was kind of like, I have astigmatism, so like, and I have to wear contact lenses to see, so it's just like, sometimes the lights in the daytime, it's too fluorescent and it's too much for me. So I had to shut it. And like if you have a request, it's like a no talking session or anything, just send like a quick $20 through Cash App, or $15 even, or just, you know, a donation, and then I will definitely do your request. Any type of ASMR, any type of Reiki healings that you need, shamaness, medicine woman gifts, a yoni. Even if you want to buy some crystals, I have so many crystals. Like, let me know like what you need, and I'm your girl for it. So okay, you guys, well, I hope that you enjoyed the session today. I hope that you gained a lot of knowledge. I hope that you're conscious of a lot of things that maybe you weren't so aware of before. And I hope that you like my pullings. And if you have any requests, like I said, there's an email in my About section on my YouTube channel. You could email me. You could even leave it in the comments, and then I'm going to leave my Cash App tag below. So if you have any special requests, just send on through that donation, and I will honestly make your session for you. And you know, if you request it to be a private session, a one-on-one, so where I record it, I will honor you. The private sessions are more like $25-$30 and up to donate. But if you just do a request where I could put it out on YouTube for the public, you could do like $15-$20 or however much you can, and I will get it out to you. I love you guys. I'm so grateful and blessed, try to say that together, to be able to shed my spiritual gifts, my higher wisdom, my knowledge, my teachings, my spiritual teachings with you, whether it's from the earthbound realm, from the nature elementals like the fae, the elemental fae, the fairies, the elves, you know, the elven realms from Sirius, the Mintucket mermaids, you know, from Orion, as well as, you know, like steel walrus babies from Lemuria, or my Lemurian quartzes. And I will be doing more starseed as well as earthbound. I'm both starseed and earthbound shamaness goddess incarnate. And I really enjoy doing these sessions. I love sharing with you guys, and I like implicating healing and just Mother Gaia gifts, and also my starseed knowledge and some of my spiritual downloads with you guys. I love you guys so much, and I thank you so much for subscribing. I thank you so much for allowing my energy field into yours, and for teaching you everything I know and everything that I've embodied to better help you on your path, and to not only integrate you into the spiritual path, but to teach you and to make you more conscious and aware, which it's my duty and purpose on this earth realm right now to make, awaken humans and awaken this consciousness to the truth and the light, and to shed and spread my spiritual gifts of plant knowledge and love and truth, ascension, and light. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful, blessed day.